Hi friends, it's Lisa Mears. Thanks for being here. In this video, I want to share with you a brand new collection from Spellbinders and Wendy Vecchi, and this collection is called Not Your Ordinary Card Collection. So this collection of dies has so much from birthday to Halloween to Christmas, and basically you can use this for just everyday cards. So before I show you the dies and the stamps, I want to show you what I made and what I will be making today in this video. So here are some cards that I made with this collection, and I want you to notice one common thing that they all have in common is this pocket that you can have a little note or something inside this pocket. These will even fit a gift card, which is perfect for the gift giving season coming up here with Christmas coming. But you can see that they all have this pocket that you can attach, whether it be to a card front, a scrapbook page, or maybe you want to attach it to a tag. It's really up to you how you want to use this die set. But there are several dies in this collection, so depending on if you want to do it just for like a birthday card or an everyday card, or if you want to pick up the Halloween add-on set or the Christmas add-on set, or if you want to have all of the options, this is available in an entire bundle as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in this collection. So this first set of dies that I'm showing you here is the Essential Envelope die set. If you want to make the pockets, you have to have this die set because this is the only one out of all of the dies that includes the actual die to make the pocket. It also includes the flowers and the butterfly, the leaves, and the words for you. It does not include that little piece of paper that comes out of the pocket. If you wanted that, you'd have to pick up this set of dies, which is called the Pinking Edge Birthday Add-Ons, and that includes the little edge dies. There's 3 of them. It also includes a happy birthday and a cake die, so you can make some birthday cards with that. There is the Halloween add-ons, and you can see the dies. I already have them laid out here on my magnet. You also have a stamp set. It has the word Boo, October 31st, and Happy Halloween. You see there's a little peeking cat, there's a spider web, there's a bat and some candy corn, there's a spider and a star, and there's also a dies to cut out the sentiments as well as a die to cut out a ticket. And lastly, there is the Christmas add-on set, and you can see the stamps that are included in that, and then all of the dies. So with the dies, there is a bow, there's some leaves. Remember, it doesn't include this envelope. You'd have to get the other die set for that, but it shows here how to add those particular dies onto the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and make 3 pockets with you today so you can see how to use these dies. And if you are interested in making a purchase, I will have links to all of these products down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. So I'm going to start out with this pocket die. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. You can see how large it is. This die, when it die cuts your cardstock, it does put the scoring lines in the cardstock for you. So it makes it really easy to fold and know how to put this together. For my cardstock, I am using the Spooky Pattern Paper Pad. This is the 6x8 paper from scrapbook.com. I will link to this down in the description box as well. So I went ahead and die cut this particular pattern, and I'm going to be using the gingham side, so that side is facing outward, and I'm going to go ahead and just start folding this along the score lines. I will be using double-sided adhesive tape for my adhesive to put this together. So all I'm going to do is take a piece of the tape and I'm going to put it on this flap here. So what I'm looking at right now is basically the inside of the pocket. So the gingham side is face down on the table. That's the side I'm going to have showing on the front. So I'm putting the double-sided adhesive tape on top of these flaps on the gingham side of that paper. So this is going to be the inside of my pocket. And then I'm just going to remove the backing and then just close my pocket and use a scoring tool just to press that down really well so that it sticks, and that is it. And it is so easy to put this pocket together. So you can see that pattern paper on the front and on the inside, which is so much fun. So here's the die that you will need for the insert for the pocket, and I'm going to use two of these dies, the smaller one and the middle size one. There are three in total. So if you wanted to use these dies on a card front, you can, because there's an even larger one. But the two smaller ones will fit inside and you can layer these together. So I'm just going to set that aside for right now. I'm going to start working on this cat because I'm going to do a Halloween pocket first. So I have the cat die. I die cut out of some black cardstock. I'm going to add it on to the solid cat shape. So there are two dies for the cat. You have the solid and then you have the piece that cuts out the eyes and the ears. And I just die cut the solid out of the pink cardstock from that spooky paper pad, and then the layering top piece out of black cardstock and just layered those together. So I used the cat die again and die cut some yellow cardstock for the inside of the eyes, as well as some white cardstock for the small dots on the eyes. And I'm just going to glue those and set those right into place. I'm using my scrapbook.com Craft Pick Pro tool to grab those small white die cuts and place them on the eyes, and then I will add the yellow part of the eyes as well. I'm not going to add the inside of the ears. I kind of like the pink showing through, and I'm not going to add the die for the nose because I kind of like the pink nose, but if you wanted to add a different color, there is a die to do that. I used some more of the pattern paper for these layering dies and then a solid piece of black to layer the pattern paper onto. And I wanted to have it so that the cat is kind of peeking out of the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these layering pieces together. So I'll add the pattern paper on top of the black cardstock, and then I'm going to stick this inside of the pocket and kind of gauge where I need to put this cat because I wanted it far enough down so there's no open space below it when it's placed in the pocket. So I'll go ahead and glue the cat down to that rectangular piece of cardstock. And next I'll go ahead and stamp out the Happy Halloween stamp. And I'm going to use black ink on this piece of pink paper. This is one of the solids from that spooky pattern paper pad from scrapbook.com. I'm going to use the die to die cut the sentiment from the cardstock. So there's the sentiment, and I also die cut the spider web out of some black cardstock as well as the spider. There's also a little die for the spider, like if it's crawling down the spider web, you can put it on that little piece that I just showed you. I'm not going to be using that today. I'm going to go ahead and add the spider web right at the round part of the opening of the pocket. It fits kind of perfectly there. If you wanted to also put it on the edge of the pocket, you can do that. And then I'm going to add the spider right down the middle, almost like it's traveling down towards the sentiment, because the sentiment is going to be right underneath that. So I'll go ahead and glue the sentiment down. I'm going to use my scrapbook.com lemon chiffon pops of color and add some eyes to my spider. I think this turned out super cute, and there's still so many other dies that you can use. There's a star and a bat, but I want to show you that it does hold a gift card. Here I have a Target gift card, and it does fit the gift card, and just a little bit of the gift card pops out of the top. If you didn't like that, you can always put it in the back of this rectangle cat layer, so you could just stick it in the back there and then you wouldn't even see it from the front. It's really up to you, but it's super cute. Or if you wanted to, you could just not use it for a gift card and you could just write a message on the bottom. But if you're writing a message, of course you'd have to change out that pattern paper and put solid cardstock, or use a piece of pattern paper that's not so busy. So you can use this pocket alone, or what I'm going to do is just add it to a piece of pattern paper and then add it to a card front. So you see I'm just putting glue on the back of only the pocket part of it. Don't put glue on the back of the cat part because then you won't be able to take it out of the pocket. And then I'm just going to add it to a card front. So I just put it on a piece of A2 size pattern paper. It's 4¼ by 5½ inches, and added it to an A2 size card front. So that is a look at the Halloween add-on set. And now we're going to take a look at the Christmas add-on set. And for this one, I'm using the scrapbook.com Snow Days paper pad. This is a brand new paper pad to scrapbook.com and has so many fun designs on it. It comes in the 6x8 and the A2 size. I'm using the 6x8, and I'm going to pick a piece of pattern paper that will go with the direction of the pocket, because not all of those papers will work, but this one will because it doesn't have any direction to it. You can use those stripes either vertical or horizontal. So I went ahead and die cut with the pocket die, and I'm just folding it along the score lines, and then I'm going to use my double-sided adhesive tape and put it on the flaps. And then I'm going to remove the adhesive backing, and I'll just close that pocket with those flaps inside and just press that down, and there's the pocket. Okay. So now I'm going to take out the Christmas add-on dies. I have the greenery die. I'm going to die cut. I have some leaves. I went ahead and took that greenery die and die cut a piece of solid green from the pattern paper pad, as well as this leaf design from the pattern paper pad. I'm going to layer these two dies together because I want the leaves to have a little bit of depth to them, so layering them will allow me to get that depth that I'm looking for. I am going to offset them a little bit so that I can then center them up underneath this pocket, the little circular shape there under the pocket opening. So I'll go ahead and glue these down to the pocket. Next, I'm going to add these little red berries. There are 3 of them that I'm going to add to the leaves. I'm going to use the sentiment Merry Christmas, and I'll stamp that out with some black ink, and I'm just stamping it on some white cardstock this time. I'll go ahead and die cut that with the coordinating die. I also die cut a bow. There is the die there for the bow, and this is super easy to put together. There's just 2 pieces here that you layer, and then there's a little center that you add to the middle. So a total of 3 pieces there for the bow, and I'm going to go ahead and add that bow right to the top of all of those leaves. And next I'm going to put these holly leaves together. I'm just going to connect 2 of the leaves and add the berries. And I'm going to do that 2 times. I have 2 sets of the holly leaves, and then I'm going to add the sentiment towards the bottom of the pocket and add those holly leaves on each side of the sentiment. So I took those dies that have the zigzag edge, and I die cut some of the more of the pattern paper from the Snow Days paper pad, and I'm just going to layer the solid piece on top of the pattern. I'm going to add another piece of pattern paper. This is the Christmas tree paper. I cut that to 4¼ by 5½ inches, added it to an A2 size card front, and I'm going to put glue on the back of my pocket and add that to the card front. Next, I'm just going to take a white gel pen and add some accents to the bow. I'm just going to go over some of those embossed lines on the bow with that gel pen, and also add some accents to the holly leaves and the berries. So that is the Christmas version of this die set. So now we're just going to make an everyday one. I'm actually going to be making a birthday pocket, but if you don't add the birthday sentiment, this could just be for an everyday card. So I went ahead and used the Boho paper pads from scrapbook.com. I will be using the solid and the pattern paper pads. So here I'm just putting the pocket together like I did the previous two pockets. So this die set, it has the flowers and there's a butterfly. And again, this one is the die set that also includes the pocket. So if you were just into making everyday cards or birthday cards, you just pick up this one die set and you have the pocket as well as the flowers. So there's a couple different flowers in here. There's a larger one and there's a smaller one. So to cut the flower out exactly as you see it here, you have to layer these two dies together. And when you layer them together, it will not only cut the holes out of the leaves that you see me poking out here because it left those behind in the die. You don't actually need those, but I just wanted to show you that it cuts those holes out in the actual leaves. So you'll need to layer those two dies together to get it looking just like this. And then you can use the solid die to die cut another piece of cardstock, could be a different color like I've done, and just layer that behind it so that the different color shines through all of those holes. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the blue on to the peach. That's so pretty. I love that. And then there's a smaller die just like that, and I did the same exact thing. So I'll go ahead and glue that one on to the background layer. There are some smaller flower dies that you can use for the center of the flowers. You can also use these smaller flower dies just for smaller flowers to put around these larger ones. And then there's a little dot for the center of all of those as well. So here I'm just using my scrapbook.com Craft Pick Pro tool to place those small dots in the centers, and that was the die that I used to die cut those dots. So I will add some leaves. Underneath the flowers, I have two larger leaves and one smaller leaf. So I'll go ahead and glue those leaves down. I'll layer up those zigzag dies with some solid different color cardstock. And I'm going to put some of the smaller flowers in the top right hand corner. And then I'm going to use the happy birthday sentiment, and that's from the same die set that has those zigzag rectangle dies, and I'll just add that to the rectangular insert. I'm going to add that to a piece of pattern paper. Again, the paper's cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and then I'll put that on a card base. So I almost forgot that there was a butterfly also included in this set, and I went ahead and die cut that butterfly with some yellow cardstock and some darker, like almost a brown, and I just cut off the center part of the butterfly and then just pasted it on to the wing. And then I'm going to pop that up with some foam, and I'm going to add this to the pocket. I love the butterflies. I almost forgot that was in there, but yeah, that was so pretty right there on the flower. So once again, here are all of the pocket cards that I created with the Spellbinders Wendy Vecchi Not Your Ordinary Card Collection. I think these turned out super cute. You'll have to let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. If you're interested in any of the products I've used today, check the description box of this YouTube video for product links. I appreciate you all sticking around and watching this to the very end. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. Bye-bye.